Tap in one time. Tap in, tap in, tap in. Yes, sir. All right, all right. Okay, we tap in. What's up? What's up, YouTube? IMC TV. Salute to all of IMC TV, man. I'm the one and only master myself, the host for the Master's Table. This show is created in collaboration, of course, with the Master Council, right? The Master Council is a select set of individuals who have collaborated with myself in order to create the mastermind that you see us creating with on a consistent basis, all right? Every single day we host focus sessions. Every single day there is a level up, an opportunity for you to connect and build with other masterminds from across this world, man. So it's truly an opportunity, of course, to tap in with you, to ignite a new fire, if you will, and start anew. Because we're talking about shedding the identities of your old self, if you will, right? Shedding the layers, the skin of your old self, your old, you know, recognition, if you will, your old consciousness, your own conscious representation of yourself. All right, we're shedding that, we're leaving that where it was, and we're now operating anew. We're operating with authority and where we're at right now, right, and what it is that we have to contribute with life or to life, if you will, right. So it's another opportunity for you to level up. It's another opportunity for you to come up in the awareness of self, if you will. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get tapped in. Today it's a little later of a broadcast, if you will. I'm in the midst of traveling in between San Jose, Los Angeles is where I'm at right now, and the destination is Phoenix, right? We took the time to go ahead and leave from Base 5 and essentially travel to San Jose for a gathering this past weekend, and man, what a powerful experience. I'm truly honored to be a part of IMC Nation and to have rank within IMC Nation. But not only that, but to have been a part of the history and have witnessed the history and the evolution of everything that's taking place at this point in time. All right. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome everybody here to the Master's Table. If you have not been here before, let me introduce you to the rules. All right. First and foremost, know and understand that everything that I do and anything that my brothers here tap in with and also do and say is done under the banner of entertainment. All right, so keep that known. I want that to be a worldwide understanding, if you will. Right. Number two, this is for adults and adults only. All right, no women, no children in the room. Right, women are allowed. However, if there are children in the room, make sure that you leave the room and you do what you got to do, because what I say may be X-rated. Number three, do not break the laws of the land you're tuning in from, wherever it is that you are. Number four, you are an adult. That means that you're responsible for your own actions. All right. And number five, while you are here, you are tapped in with me, master myself, know and understand that everything that I do is meant to treat you as a master, right? In order for you to live as a master, right? And whatever it is that you do on a daily basis. All right. So it's an honor. Like I said, man, I'm out here tapped in. I'm actually at Base 3. All right. This is one of the locations here in Fullerton, California. All right. This is one of 5 locations that we have that proudly proclaim IMC Nation. All right. And, it's an honor to come to you and be able to present with you and tap in with you and, essentially level up, level up in consciousness. All right. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to go live on my personal YouTube as well. It's called The Self Code. So if you guys have not yet tapped in, I encourage you to tap in. I go live on there every single day. And every single day I get to level up, and every single day, not only me, but also everybody else who's on my frequency, who's operating with me, who's leveling up in vibration. They are also collaborating with, myself and, getting their level up as well. So we're going to do a double live stream right now. And, essentially I'm going to talk about shedding the layers of self, right? Shedding the layers of yourself, right? Because this is truly something it's important to know and understand. You're not always going to be the same version of you. And in fact, in order for you to do what you want to do in this life, you actually got to know and understand it's going to take some collaboration for you in your life to really take things to a new level. It's going to take some insight. What's up, The Self Code? I'm out here tapped in. I'm live for IMC TV. If y'all don't know what IMC TV is, do some research. The link should be in my bio here, so you can want y'all to tap in. So we're talking about the shedding the layers of self. We're talking about, what it's going to take for you to ultimately go to the next level and operate at the frequency and vibration in which you are choosing to operate with, right? And in the last few cycles, we've taken some time to break down what it's like to uh, essentially operate at a higher level, a higher frequency, higher vibration, and knowing that whatever it is that you want, you can get. It's just a matter of you adjusting yourself to that frequency, energy, and vibration of whatever it is that you want, and holding that frequency and energy vibration, right? So fast forward to now. Now we're talking about shedding the layers of self. I have had a lot of insights on myself, my personal process, how I'm going about, doing what it is that I'm doing after this, beautiful gathering that we had this past, weekend, if you will, right? Traveling to San Jose, now on the way back to, Phoenix, Arizona. And, I myself, having had dedicated my life to this life of evolution, this life of expansion, if you will, I'm taking the time to realize that, I have to shed, not that I have to, but I choose to shed the old layers of myself, right? The old understandings or identities in which I was recognized by, or I was recognized within, if you will, right? Having the perspective that, not only am I, shifting and evolving every single day, however, I'm also letting go of the things that no longer serve me, right? So things that no longer serve me, in terms of distractions, right? Maybe, movies or games or smoking or sex or alcohol or anything that may be, delaying your evolution, if you will, is a stepping stone for you as well. You get what I'm saying, on your path, and your deliberate evolution on this planet it's surrounded by your dedication to figuring yourself out, right? And so there's a period where you're gonna go through shedding the old you, right? Your old identities, the things that you used to hold on to. Now, this is vitally important to know and understand, because as you grow and evolve, the way that you're going to grow and evolve is you're going to let go of the things that no longer serve you. Now, what do I mean by that? No longer serving you? Well, they no longer serve you the moment that you cannot see the dots connecting in the future, right? You can't see the next step. You can't see the next piece of your evolution in the way that you're going, right? So if you're constantly smoking all the time, or you're constantly drinking all the time, you're constantly having sex all the time, or you're constantly overeating all the time, these are things that get in the way of you honestly striving towards what it is that you desire, what it is that you really want, and not only what you want, but in order for you to shift and evolve into the new version of yourself, it's going to require a higher level of discipline, a higher level of dedication to your evolution, right? And so you're going to evolve as a result of the way that you are going about disciplining your everyday experience. And the disciplines that you apply to your everyday experience are what warrants a new character or new character traits that come out as a result of your dedication to your discipline, right? And the dedication to the practice of that discipline that allows you to essentially step into the realm of a master, if you will, right? And then you're no longer the old version of yourself. You now have shifted and you've evolved into who it is that you decide that you want to be, right? But that first requires you to let go of the things that no longer are providing you of service. They're no longer adding to what you're doing now, right? Because in order for you to do something now, you're going to be, in order to do something in your future that is of value to somebody else, you're going to want to start to dedicate your every single moment, your every single day experience, right, to evolving, to growing. You want to supplement what it is that you're building in your life, as opposed to staying stagnant and staying in your your past, if you will, right? So we have the option to stay in our past. We have the option to operate from the knowingness or the understanding that I'm living this life, and this life is taking an opportunity to recognize that this life is your creation once again, right? So this life cannot be a limitation of yours, right? That you are constantly trying to figure out, right? You don't have to play that role. In fact, you can act as if you actually know the end all be all of your own story, right? You can know and understand that you can uh, lay these new foundations, these new patterns, these new rituals, these new habits you can take on And then you can start to build the bridge of who you really want to be and do exactly what you want to do. Yeah, in fact, I'm in a position now where I'm taking actions in my life on a daily basis that are warranting who I am now creating myself to be, because I am every single day growing through my live streams, through my communication, through my expansion, through my traveling, through my gathering of new knowledge and insights and things of that nature, right? You know, I talked a little bit about on my live stream yesterday, towards the end, about my journey, right? I've been on a lifelong journey. I've been on a year-long journey. Today marks the 365th day, right, of me retaining my seed, meaning that me, preserving my semen, if you will, still engaging in sex, to some degree, very, very little, right? However, still having that interaction, still, interacting with life, still, growing in life. However, I've dedicated 365 days, you understand me, to retaining my own energy. Now, this supplements the way that I'm able to recreate my vision for myself. This adds to what it is that I project for not only myself but for the other brothers that are around me that are also going with me. Like I know that this is adding to that. It's not taking away from it, because I'm aware that I've actually shifted and I've moved into a new vibration, a new reality as a result of my disciplines, right? So that's one of the highest level disciplines, right? To retain your sexual energy is one of the highest level disciplines that you could ever practice as a man here in the world as we know and understand, right? So that's one way of seeing life, if you will, right? Aside from that, however, I've dedicated myself to every single day shifting and shedding, right, the old layers of myself. Because why? Because the layers of myself, the layers of my old, or my the layers of my past, right? These are layers that were added on to me oftentimes without my authority on it necessarily, right? Or I guess it would have, at some level, on some varying degree. We live in a universe of degrees, if you will. I accepted that, right? I gave that authority to deter my perception, right? But it's all in my perception. It's all my awareness that I have of myself, and me having an identity or having an awareness of my own identity. I have an ability to recognize that this is a filter of my own identity, right? So sometimes when I'm engaging with the opposite sex, with a female, if you will, I'll catch different pieces of my, character, if you will, that'll be, stuck in the old way of thinking, right? So these are old layers of old identities that have, existed in my mind, right? So my due diligence, my work for myself, in order to better myself, in order to master myself, what am I going to have to do? I'm going to have to become aware of these perceptions that I have in the moments of my experience, because I mean, how better, what better way is there, right, to correct yourself, if you will, than to go through an experience that you didn't like, and you recognize, oh, this is what I would do, differently. This is what I would do this time. And this is what, so on and so forth. And you better work out your life. You work out the puzzle of your own life, because at the end of the day, nobody else is going to do that work for you. And that's my message from now until the day I die. I will always say that you have to do the work that you do on you, because you are your best own doctor. You're your best surgeon, right? You're your best artist on your own storyline. You're painting the story of your life. So recognizing that, you have an opportunity once again to take on the responsibility and say, you know what, from this point on, I'm actually going to live according to the way that I choose to live. Right? I'm going to interact with life to the degree that I know that I'm capable of it, because I'm the one that's writing the story. I'm the one that's designing my life. I'm the one that's stepping into a new light. But in order to live from the new light, in order to operate on that new light, you're going to have to, at some point in time, learn to shed the layers of your old self, to shed the old identity that you were held on to, that you were holding on to for years. Like I know for a fact, I've been holding on to the identity that I am Jordan Damari. My father's a pastor. My family comes from Florida and California, and I have this history of pornography in my past, if you will. I have this history of, like I can live in that storyline. I have this history of so on and so forth, the martial arts, and going to an all guys, high school and things of that nature. It's just so many different aspects of my story that I know that I can extract the value out of all of that. I for sure can learn to demonstrate the value that's inside, because in my story is my inspiration, right? In my story is my power, if you will. When I learn to transmute the negatives, quote unquote, of my history, of my old self, right? And I learn how to transmute that, and I learn how to put that into the proper context, the proper frame of mind, if you will. Then I can live from a new storyline, because I've now created something else. But what am I doing, right? I'm taking different aspects of my history, right, or different parts of my storyline, and I'm utilizing those now, right, to create effects in my future, to supplement what it is that I'm truly desiring to create in this life. And the only way to do that is to pick apart your storyline and know and understand, okay, this happened for me and didn't happen against me. But that requires a shift of mind, first of all, right? It requires a shift of perception. You have to recognize, yo, I'm actually not who I thought I was, right? I'm not the limited, version of myself. In fact, I am the highest version of myself right here, right now, that's available to me right now. So therefore, let me live my experience according to the way that I desire to live it. Let me craft my world to fit the image that I have in mind. How am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to speak about my life, if you will, right? I'm going to realize that I am not my old self. I am not my old identity. In fact, you are made new. I am made new right here, right now. And so I tell you the same message. You are made brand new right here, right now. You are not the same individual that you grew up knowing, right? You are an evolved version of that. The older you get, the wiser you are, right? You're not getting older, you're getting newer, right? You have reached a new age. When it's your solar return, you're reaching a new age, you're reaching a new dimension, you're reaching a new cycle, you're around again. So now you have an opportunity to supplement your life. What do I mean by that? To add to your life, to do something with this moment, right? To recognize that this is a new opportunity for me to shed who I used to be, and instead let me be made brand new again today. In fact, every single day that we live on this process that we have every single day, we have an opportunity to shed who we were yesterday and shift into who we are now, right? Who we choose to be, who we desire to be. It's all a reflection of our own attentive consciousness. It's all a reflection of the way that you're directing your mind on a consistent basis. You got to be aware of the changes that are available, right? In order for you to take advantage of these changes that are available. Take advantage of the change that's available to you right here, right now. Let go of the old you and shift into the new you. Let go of these layers, right? Because everything happens in layers. So the process of you expressing yourself as you choose and you desire, there's layers that are coming off. Like I know for myself, once again, I'm in the process. I've been in the transition. I've been in transition since like last November, right? Of getting out the matrix, if you will. So I've been in this process. I've been in this transformation. I've been in this shift, if you will. And where I'm at in my process and that shift, if you will, is a lot of it is letting go of the old ways of thinking, the old ways of processing, the old ways of doing things, the old routines, if you will. I'm shifting from that, and I'm redesigning the structure of my daily experience, right? So my methodical approach to life that I have every single day, following a certain routine and structure and disciplines and so on and so forth, right? Like every single day I meditate, every single day I take cold shower, every single day I work out, every single day I study, every single day. These are activities that I'm contributing to my life on a consistent basis as strongly as possible, because it's tough as fuck when you're traveling. You're going from one state to another. You got this 10-hour, 12-hour, 5-hour, 6-hour drive, however long it is. You want to structure that properly, and that's the discipline. That's the work, right, of us spiritual entrepreneurs, if you will, right? We got to make it work in terms of us living on a daily process and daily routine. Well, to keep that methodical and practical, if you will, to, when you're traveling, when you have less a lot of time, so you're able to allot to your personal routines and things like that. These are different factors that, allow you to create better, if you will, right? They allow you to fine tune your process. They allow you to shed what you don't need, really, and essentially use what you need, and essentially, fine tune your process so that you can still get done what you need to get done, and at the same time still execute on what you need to execute when it comes to making moves across the country, doing what you need to do, finding better ways to innovate and be on the road and be on the go and so on and so forth, right? So there's an opportunity for all of that every single time that I dedicate myself to my process and my routines and things like that on a daily basis, right? But it all starts with recognizing that, in order for me to know and recognize I'm going to step into the limelight and operate at my highest version of myself, well, the only way I'm going to do that is dedicating myself and staying consistent with my dedication to myself, not only myself, because I'm dedicating myself to myself, dedicating myself to all of my MC Nation. Not only that, but of course, all my family, all the women that are around me, all the friends that are around me, all the connections that I have, and so on and so forth, right? These are connections or vibrations, if you will, that allow me to electrify life, allow me to charge up, and allow me to build the bridge between where I'm at now and where I really want to go. I know that the way through is through my dedication, my commitment, my understanding of life at this point, and I'm making it make sense on my end, so I can help somebody else also make it make sense, right? So if you wanted to learn how you were going to shed the layers of your old self, well, you got to start to create, right, the new version of yourself, right? Aside from letting go of the old, ways of reflecting or the old ways of thinking, aside from all of that, you have an opportunity again to outcreate that, right? Not only are you going to let go of the old, but what you're going to do in order to properly let go of the old, let go of the old identities, the old versions of yourself, the old habits, the old routines, the old things, right? In order to do that, you're going to have to take on new practices, new rituals, new philosophies. You're going to have to take something on, right, in order to let go of what it is that you need to let go, right? So there's always a shedding. There's always a process of grooming, if you will, that takes place when you're shifting and you're evolving, you're moving into the new dimension, new bracket of understanding life. And this is the way that you're going to do it. This is the way that you can accomplish this, and step by step, following this process, staying dedicated to these routines, staying dedicated to your personal practices, staying dedicated to these. This allows you to grow. It allows you to shed the old versions of yourself, and this is a daily practice once again. That's why I keep bringing up the daily routines and daily philosophies and things of that nature, because every single day you shed a layer. But every single day you're also creating a new layer, right? A new version of yourself. In order to do that, you're going to create a new foundation. You say, you know what? Every single day when I think from now on, I'm going to think, instead of me thinking about, man, I got to pay these bills and things like that, instead of me thinking that, I'm going to think, you know what? I can't wait till when I'm paying other people's bills. I can't wait till I'm, let's correct the syntax here, because it's not even proper. I'm looking forward to paying bills. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to paying for, somebody else's bills. I'm looking forward to making these investments. I'm looking forward to moving this money here. I'm looking forward to creating a new source of income here. I'm looking forward to, building a bridge here. I'm looking forward to building a business that services other businesses. I'm looking forward to, building so on and so forth. Like you can outcreate all of the old by utilizing your communication. And that's where your true value is at. When you recognize you have an opportunity to speak, you have an opportunity to shed light. You have an opportunity to contribute. You have an opportunity to do something with the words in which you speak. And when you are aware of this contrast to life, right, where you can see where your words are creating effects in your world and where your words are destroying your world. When you see that contrast, you can actually recognize that the power of life and death is in the tongue, right? You can recognize and understand that on a physical, material level, where you can see, man, I see it. My words actually created this effect, and my words actually created this effect. Either way, you remain cause. It doesn't matter, regardless of which side you play on. You're going to remain cause. You cause this, and you cause that, and you cause this, and you cause that. Now, how we determine the effects that we're creating, right, is completely up to us. It's up to our own perception. Right, there's perception of self, and then there's perception of others. Then there's the total perception, if you will. Right. but this is the work that's necessary in order for you to truly become a master, right? If I was to give you like a guideline on how you to create and not to create, but how to live as a master, right? You want to do several things, right? Like being able to master your energy, but also being able to master the recreation of self, right? How to recreate yourself, or how to rebrand yourself, or how to redesign yourself and make yourself anew, so that you can step into who you truly want to be, what you truly want to do in this life, right? Like this is the process in which I've been going through. I've for years have been serving as a security officer, right? I was a security guard, security officer, site security manager, site security supervisor. I was writing, all these different titles, security guard class instructor, saying things like that. Like I've had authority in these different lanes, if you will, right? And each one of these were providing me the service that they were at the time, right? But now I'm shedding those old layers of myself, and I'm now out creating that, right? So I mean, I've been out creating that for quite some time with my character archetype, which is the warrior monk, right? The stoic living warrior, if you will, right? That's what I am. At my heart of hearts, every single night I sleep on the ground, I'm a living philosopher, and a living stoic, and I'm a living dedicated individual, right? To my personal evolution, and when I evolve, I know others evolve, right? And so I truly enjoy that process. I truly enjoy the process of me getting better at living this thing called life and figuring things out and making it make sense. Because at the end of the day, nobody else is going to shed, the old me, if you will, right? I gotta let those things go. I gotta not only let those things go, but shift into a new vibration, and learn how to operate properly, and learn how to coordinate with life, learn how to elevate in life, and stay consistent with that dedication. Instead of stay dedicated to out creating the things in which I used to do, and now stepping into new alignments, new habits, new routines, new messaging, new contacts, new communication lines, things like that. There's so much that's available that I recognize is possible for me to continue to create, continue to build with the structure and the foundation in which I've been, establishing for quite some time here. So, one practice that I want to continuously, put into play is, my meditative moments. This is something that I started doing on the master's table. I realized I didn't do it the last couple episodes here, so I definitely want to take some time to do that right now. Like I said, it's an honor to take some time to sit down and, of course, mastermind and give some insights and thoughts and reflections of, where I'm at in my storyline, if you will. I am a living entrepreneur. I plan on, building more and more content, more books, more strategies, more courses, and things of that nature. I'm helping build a video production company from the ground up. I'm helping to, essentially build my own company as well. I am a official writer. I've been writing books since sometime last year. Officially published and things of that nature. So I have a lot going on. I have a lot of different moves in which I'm a part of, if you will. I have my own project within my organization called IMC Nation. The project is Base 5, right? So I'm leading a base. That's my duty and obligation within IMC Nation at this point in time. And I'm on the brink of starting up my own martial arts school and things of that nature. So I've been a lifelong martial artist. I've been tapped in for quite some time, and I am very familiar with the beast process and things like that. So these are all different attributes, what I'm saying, that I can speak on, and these are different aspects of myself and my character that once again that have led me here, right? So there's all of what I mentioned are aspects of my history that I'm willing to drop at some point, right? I recognize I can drop all of that, and I know I can step into a brand new life, right? I'm also very dedicated to my health and my relationships with myself when it comes to the things in which I'm putting into my body, but also the things that I'm putting into my mind. Also, the people that I have around me, right? The consciousness that I tap into on a consistent basis, right? So this is the due diligence of a true master, right? This is the due diligence of a true master is ultimately a true student, right? And so I'm dedicated to experimenting and figuring out my lifestyle, step by step, because I don't plan on, competing, on the worldwide level when it comes to martial arts and things like that. I plan on, leading other men, right, and individuals, and essentially, helping them to build their skills when it comes to fighting, helping them to build their skills when it comes to, being aware in an environment, helping them to build the skills of, how to lead, right? How to organize, how to structure, how to be disciplined, right? How to, operate with a spirit of faith, a spirit of courage, and a spirit of endurance, right? A spirit of concentration, honesty, humility. There's so many different character traits, right, that are built through the practice of martial arts. So that's what I'm truly, involved in. I enjoy dedicating my time to. Helping others, build on that. So if that's you, and you're interested in tapping in with an individual like me, Master myself, like I said, I am a lifelong martial artist, so there's certain concepts and structures. To be honest with y'all, I never, truly desired to, teach or lead others in that manner. Oftentimes because I think it was like something I was, quote unquote, forced to do when I was younger. So, but I have certain skills. I have many different skills and disciplines and practices, if you will, that I've integrated in my life that have come from the martial arts, right? And so I live from that perspective. I enjoy, the practice of martial arts. So I will help to teach others. I will help to build the character within others. But that's the purpose of why I want to do it, right? I want to add to the character of other individuals and give you a foundation of discipline, a foundation of spirituality, a foundation of belonging, if you will, in this life, and so that you can utilize that and do something with it, right? Learn how to transmute, take what it is that you're experiencing in this life, and learn how to add back to life, how to supplement life, not take away from life all the time, but knowing how to take away and destroy what you need to destroy at the same manner, right? But also knowing how to add to life, how to compound on life, how to build your life, the structure of your life, and what it is that you truly desire to experience in this life. All right. So let's go ahead and tap in, man, and do a meditative moment, the self code. I do not normally do this with y'all, but this is a practice of mine that I've been doing for quite some time for the master's table. And I encourage everybody here to also take on this practice on a consistent basis. I mean, especially if you made it this far in this video, salute to you first and foremost, but second, know and understand that nobody else is going to be able to do this work that you do on yourself. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and close our eyes. I'm gonna lean back in this chair here. Give you a better look. Close your eyes and get familiar with the world within. Take a deep breath in through your nose, your mouth closed. Fill your lungs and let it out through your mouth. Relax. Take another deep breath in through your nose. Holding it inside and letting it out through your mouth. Relaxing even deeper. This time, taking another deep breath in through your nose. This time, holding it in for 5 seconds. And let it out. At this point, it's important that you get familiar with the world within. Close your eyes. Get familiar with your own space, your own place, where nobody else has access to. See what you want. See the version of yourself that's fully evolved, fully transformed into the vision that you have on the inside of yourself. Imagine you have the clothes that you want, you have the food that you want, you have the women that you want, you have the vision that you want, you have the purpose that you want, you have everything that you desire in the palm of your hand. Get familiar with that. Once you're familiar with that, begin to look forward. What's next? What are you going to do with all the income that you received? What's next? What are you going to do with all the love that you feel around you? Genuine interactions, true communication lines, people you can trust. What will you do with that? What's your real vision? What do you see that nobody else can see? Step into your vision and live in it. You are all that you desire to be, right here, right now. Enjoy the next few moments of peace. So it comes to the final 30 seconds of this beautiful moment. Begin to wake yourself up to your external world. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, wake up your limbs. Before you open your eyes, take a moment to appreciate yourself for taking the time out of your day to get this level up, to get clear on the vision that you have inside, and to be who you came to be right here, right now. And as you open your eyes to your external world and your external reality, always remember, can't nobody do you better than you. You are the best version of yourself, and nobody else is here to be you. Nobody else can do life for you. Be the best and fuck the rest. Knowledge of self is knowledge of wealth. This is the one and only Master myself tapping out for the Master's Table. I am Nation. I know what it is, man. Talk to y'all soon. Salute.